The wall is unforgiving. The wall is unforgiving. By the way, the lady that you see here, I'm gonna show you her profile. I'm gonna show you her profile. This woman is 29 years old, believe it or not. 29. The wall is unforgiving, right? So she made a video about how millennial men, or basically the men in her 30s, or basically the men in her age range, are so dangerous, and they're the worst men to be around because they won't date her anymore or date women like her, right? So let's take a listen to this.
You date younger women.
Less trauma, less emotional baggage.
What's going on?
The funniest part about men like this is that I'm 29, I haven't dated a man in his 30s since I was in my lower 20s. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. I have not dated a man in his 30s since I was young 20s. And I think this really has something to do with also being a 95 baby because, oh my God, these young millennial men, so scary. I've personally found that if I am dating a man, I prefer him to be my age, a year younger, max 2 years younger. And it's not even an age thing, and I think it's a generation thing. Because whenever I used to date up in age, when I was in my early 20s, I would only be dating like 5 to 10 plus years older. Why? I was traumatized. Which is so funny, this guy saying this guy saying he wants girls with less trauma and baggage. You want girls that don't know what their trauma and baggage is yet. You want girls that have the trauma and baggage that leads them to date older men. That's what you want. Anyway, I have found that when I date a man my age or younger, they actually have a deep respect for intelligence, wisdom, womanhood, because they're not looking for someone that is going to be out of their body. I have found that when I date younger men, the things that they say they like about me are the things that I like about myself. How hardworking I am, how smart I am. When I was dating men older than me, what was their favorite thing about me? What I look like in a bikini. Always. They probably didn't know I had any thoughts at all. That is a hill I will die on. Those millennial men, terrifying.
Cope. Hypocrisy, hypocrisy, hypocrisy. This is right up my alley. And that wall, especially when I'm telling you, particularly when it comes to Caucasian women, y'all got to stop playing. I don't know what it is with a lot. I'm not gonna say most. I'll say with a lot of the white women of today, particularly Gen Z white women. I don't know who's been advising them, but the white women that I knew, they understood growing up. They understood by the time they hit 22 or 21, or basically that junior year of college, they understood. Look, I got to get married, or I got to have somebody, somebody in waiting, because white women hit the wall hard, like really, really, really hard. And up to that point, up until they hit that wall, they've been, particularly white women, have been given literally everything. Everything has been handed to them, damn near everything. So it's a real shock. It's a real, like, serious denial that they go through, right? So let's do a quick rerun, a run true, right? Anyways,
Why do you date younger women?
Less trauma, less emotional baggage.
What's going on?
The funniest part about men like this is that I'm 29, I haven't dated a man in his 30s since I was in my lower 20s.
and I'll say this is a rough 29. This is a rough 29. Oh my God. I don't I don't know if Chronic still, watches my he usually watches, like, he'll catch some of the lives I do. I don't know if he watches like the videos I do, but if he catches a hold of this, he sees this. This is preposterous work right here. This is a rough 29, bro. This is a rough 29. I'm sorry, miss. Like, yo. Wee. This is rough. Like, she looks like she's in her 40s. Like say if you found out, like, she looks like she's supposed, like, this is like late 30s or early 40s. No, I'll say mid 40s. So I don't know what she was doing. Look, young lady, because this is still, I guess, relatively young in terms of um, just overall age amongst humans. 29, but that's 29 used to be old for women, and it still technically is. But she would still consider herself young. But bruh, that's, man, I don't know what she's been doing since from ages 14 until now. But clearly, she hasn't been prioritizing the right things in terms of finding the right man when it comes to relationship wise. Now, according to her her page, it looks like she's a musician or of some sort, I think. I could be wrong, or some kind of, I don't know really what she is. It looks like she does something music related, right? So maybe that's why she hasn't been able to find time. But man, this is a rough looking 29. So I don't know if I can find earlier pictures. Let me see. So this is her from, let me see how far I can scroll down. See if we can get some pictures from 4 years ago. Okay, so this, and you can still see, so like this is what, almost, so this looks like from 4 years ago, and you could still see signs of the wall. And you're going to hear it again where she said, so it looks like during that time, she seems like she had no problem dating the so-called dangerous millennial men or Gen X men then when she was winning. You see, because when the younger women are targeting older men, it's not a problem then, only up until they stop receiving benefits. So when she was looking like this, you see how, when she was looking younger, when she had the blonde hair, the fake blonde hair, whatever, and it looked like she was winning, right? Then, during this time, let me see if I get another picture right here. See, during this time, right here, what is this? 324 weeks ago. So that's almost around 6 years ago, right? During that time, she wasn't making content like this, talking about men are dangerous and all this. Even if she thought it, she wasn't saying that out loud because those were her main benefactors, right? But now it's a problem.
Let that sink in. Let that sink in. I have not dated a man in his 30s since I was young 20s. And I think this really has something
Welcome to life, miss. Welcome to life.
to do with also being a 95 baby because, oh my God, these young millennial men, so scary. I've personally found that if I am dating a man, I prefer him to be my age, a year younger, max 2 years younger. And it's not even an age thing, and I think it's a generation thing. Because whenever I used to date up in age, when I was in my early 20s, I would only be dating like 5 to 10 plus years older. Why? I was traumatized.
No. You dated up in age because you wanted the benefits, and you knew as a younger woman you had great standings with men that were older than you or of a certain age, and you took advantage. Stop that whole I was traumatized. No, don't do that. I'm pretty sure 10 years ago you was it's almost like with the Cassie situation where they're talking about her being groomed at the age of 22 years old. It's pathetic. Come on.
Which is so funny. This guy saying he wants girls with less trauma and baggage. You want girls that don't know what their trauma and baggage is yet. You want girls that have the trauma and baggage that leads them to date older men.
No, it's what he said. He just wants women with less trauma and baggage. And most likely you're going to find that with a woman that is younger, or a woman that was raised in a particular in an environment or in a situation where she's not seeing the world. You know what I mean? So that's really what it is. It's nothing. Oh, it's a deeper meaning behind. No, it's it's what he said. He dates younger women because he doesn't like women with a whole lot of baggage. And when you're dealing with women of a certain age, especially when you're dealing with older women, you're most likely going to be dealing with a woman with a lot of baggage. And that's not no fault of other men. It's her. That's her personal choice.
That's what you want. Anyway, I have found that when I date a man my age or younger, they actually have a deep respect for intelligence, wisdom, womanhood, because they're not looking for someone that is going to be out of their body.
And yet you're still single. I took a look at her Instagram. She's still single. So now here she is complaining about older men wanting women younger than her. And now she's at the point now she's talking about she's dating younger men. But it's okay when you're dating younger men. Exactly. Which shows you the point. You're tight because you're not being selected anymore. And you just need to take that L. But no, it's millennial men are so dangerous. Stop.
I have found that when I date younger men, the things that they say they like about me are the things that I like about myself. How hardworking I am. I'm 29.
So they're saying, meaning, They're saying everything that you want to hear. But oh my goodness.
This guy's saying he wants girls with less trauma and baggage. You want girls that don't know what their trauma and baggage is yet.
My
What you
bad,
want.
guys.
Anyway, I have found that when I date a man my age or younger, they actually have a deep respect for intelligence, wisdom, womanhood, because they're not looking for someone that is going to be out of their body.
So basically, they're just saying everything that you want to hear. Interesting. And then she's going to complain next that the younger men don't want big boy responsibilities. Remember that video I made a little whiles back where you had the older woman complaining that, oh yeah, being with younger men is better, but they don't want big boy responsibilities. I'm like, bro, you messing up the game. If you're an older woman and you're dealing with a younger man, you're supposed to be paying. Same thing. Like when there's an older man with a younger woman, they're automatically, we know he's paying, just automatically. Corey Holcomb had dropped a video recently when he said older women should not be targeting younger men because what they're doing is predatory. And people are trying to say, oh no, Corey Holcomb's being a hypocrite. And I'm like, no, you don't understand what he's saying. He's saying because he's already going off the prerequisite that she's not paying them, right? There's a reason why Corey Holcomb didn't go after like them old white ladies that be paying for those 29-year-old black dudes because they're paying for them. They're paying, right? Those women in their 40s that are targeting younger men, they still want those younger men to pay for them. That's what he said. This is what he's talking about. You're messing up the game. Your time has passed, and now you're looking for younger men to pay your bills. That's basically what it is. So, because eventually she's going to get tired of just dating, quote unquote, dating younger men. She's going to want one of them to quote unquote step up to the plate. And her best chance is what older women do when they're targeting younger men is they love bomb them with unlimited access to sex. That's what they do. Particularly with younger men that might have some money, but they don't necessarily have a whole lot of experience or the best experience with women their age. So they target men like that. And you're seeing it in the NBA. You're seeing it with a lot of these professional athletes in America. And then they try to baby trap them with one baby because they they try to get one baby out of them, and then they got them on the hook for 18 years, right? So this is the new game for the older women that basically hold it up through their 20s and 30s, or I'll say their prime years. And now that they've hit the wall, the men their age they're not taking them seriously. They know better. So they can only be around younger men that are already having problem with the women their age because the women their age are dating older men. So those are basically the men that older women like this are going after. So it is predatory. That's where Corey Holcomb was coming from. And I should probably cover that segment in a little while, maybe in a live stream later on.
I found that when I date younger men, the things that they say they like about me are the things that I like about myself. How hardworking I am, how smart I am. When I was dating men older than me, what was their favorite thing about me? What I look like in a bikini. Always. They probably didn't know I had any thoughts at all.
Maybe that's all you had to offer. Especially since you yourself said you targeted dating older guys when you were in your early 20s. You sold yourself. And you're surprised. You're basically a piece of meat in the meat market, and you're advertising yourself as the fresh young meat to the buyer, and he buys the meat that he wants, and you're shocked that he just sees you as meat. You can't make this stuff up. So that makes them dangerous because you decided to target dating older men. Well, you could have just dated men your age, but you felt like you were quote unquote above them. You felt like you were ahead of them. So now it makes those guys no, come on. Let's not do this.
That is a hill I will die on. Those millennial men, terrifying.
Yeah. Just take that. Why can't they just take the L and move on? why can't they just be like, you know what? I'm successful in everything else in my life, but just not the dating part, and let me just take this L. Nope. No, man. But anyways, I will do a show about what Corey Holcomb was talking about, because it was very powerful. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section about this lady. Is she right or wrong? But thank you for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe.